everyone. So today I'm gonna do another figure and chat, which was like a kind of low-key version of me opening and unboxing my figure packages. And I usually with this one just kind of open them, show you a quick view. I actually have like a like a turntable now, so there'll be some cooler clips of closer looks, but it's not like a full review because sometimes when I do full reviews I just end up saying like, oh, it's good, and I can't really say anything else, or like this thing is not as good. So I was gonna do them now, and I've been putting them off just because of I've been busy and I've kind of accumulated a few of the scale figures, and I've definitely slowed down on my figure collecting just because space reasons, and I live in the US, so there's a lot of things happening with taxes and everything, so there is that. But other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and unbox some of my figures that I have. So the first figure I'm gonna unbox is the Mau Mau figure from Good Smile Company from Apothecary Diaries. This is one of the few Mau Mau figures that I've wanted to get. The other one I think was the tea ceremony one, but with figures I try to limit myself to like one figure per character unless it's a really different pose. I was going back and forth, but I just like this version of Mau Mau a little better than I think the tea ceremony one, so that's why I went and got it. And I really love this anime. It's really fun to watch. I haven't read the manga yet, but maybe I will soon, because now that the season's over and it'll be a while till the next season, I want to kind of go get this and read ahead, even though I kind of know what's going to happen. But yeah, this box is really nice, and I don't want to ruin it, even though I don't really keep the packaging, but it just reminds me of like the cool doors that you see usually at like Chinese gardens. Okay, so here is Mau Mau in the package. So she's already mainly set up in here, which is good. And is she huge? Not really, but at least she's not like, the base isn't obscenely large and anything like that. So here is Mau Mau, and I'll get a closer look. I'm just gonna take her off of this so that she can actually sit down. Honestly, she kind of reminds me of like, because how she is in a noodle stop figure, but I know that she's not a noodle stop figure. But it's really nice, and she had things on her head, and then she of course comes with her motor arm pedestal, which just kind of sits on the bench, but is pretty okay. So here she is here, but I'll do a closer look. But I really like her. I'm kind of probably gonna have to rearrange how my figures are displayed, because there's one figure here that is gonna go on like a specific shelf, so I'll probably have to figure out where to put her, and or like rearrange my CDs so that they could go over there. But yes, here is Mau Mau. The next figure I'm gonna open is the Marin Kitagawa figure from, I believe, Alter, of her Liz cosplay. So Marin is another one where she's come up with so many of these like figures of her in her cosplay, or just her in her like school uniform. But obviously I don't want to like buy like 5 different figures of Marin, and I was debating between, before this one got like announced and released, I was debating between the Liz figure where I think she's on like a either a bed or something, I don't remember, but when Alter said they were making a figure, I decided to go to Alter because Alter has really nice figures. And with this one you have the version of her with just Marin's regular hair, and the one with her in Liz. Probably gonna display her with Liz because I already have a regular looking Marin figure, but I'm excited to have this. The base is big, but not obscenely big, which I appreciate, but I'm gonna go and open her. Another thing that I've been enjoying, of course, the second season of my Dress Up Darling is out, and it's been really enjoyable. I mean, I've read ahead in the manga. I think volume, whatever the English release is right now in physical form. And I've been really enjoying seeing it animated, and like just some, there's a lot of care in some of the cosplay aspects of the things that you see in the anime. Like, they put so much thought into it, which is really nice as a cosplayer myself. The only thing I will say about these figures, as much as I like having like two like separate body parts, storage wise it's kind of hard because I need to keep it in the box, like the second part, and make sure like no one accidentally throws it away because it's a really big part. I had the same problem with my Aoba and Kojaku figure from Native, where there was just, I mean, I appreciate that there's two bodies, but sometimes just storage wise it's a little bit more difficult. So here is the Marin figure. And the clip a little bit because for some reason it was so hard to take it off the box. It was very secure, but here she is. I'll take a closer look. So I really like it. She's very well like shadowed, and all the pieces are really nice, and her face is really cool too and cute. You know how a few minutes ago, by the power of editing, I said the base is an obscenely large. It does seem very large. So I will debate about displaying her with the base, because without the base you can actually just sit like this. So I'm probably gonna display her without the base just for space reasons. But it's an interesting base, like it reminds me of the bed, and then it's very soft, so it's different. But I will foresee this if I were to display this. It just takes a lot of space, and if you don't dust, this thing's probably gonna look really nasty. So I probably won't display her with the base. And then I will show the one with the regular Mara head in a clip following this one. But yeah, she's very cute. I'm happy to have waited for the altar figure of Marin. The second to last figure that I'll be opening, this is my final scale. So I'll save the Nendroid for last, just because Nendroids are really hard to put on. And I'll probably just do one base for the Nendroid. But this one I'm very excited about. I pre-ordered it about a year ago, I think, and it's of the Twisted Wonderland scale of Idia Shroud, who is the leader for the House Inglehide in Twisted Wonderland, which he is supposed to represent Hades. The Hades are the Hercules like dorm. And I'm really excited for this one. I think when I first saw him, he looked really nice because he's actually suspended. Like you display him like you would display him like upside down. So I thought that was really interesting. The base hopefully isn't as big. So I have all the dorm leaders except Malleus, who's on pre-order right now, and then Vil, who's my actually favorite dorm leader, but I just missed the pre-order because for these ones you can't really pre-order from Ami Ami. You can buy them used, but for some reason, I think it's based on like licensing agreements, the Ami Ami does not carry like the Nendroids or the scales. But I bought this off of Aitai Kuji and pre-ordered it from there. And it came with a pre-order bonus, which is the, I think, postcard and then a button. But yeah, I'm really excited to have it. Eventually I will find Vil. I think I was gonna probably buy him in the aftermarket. I was planning to buy him off someone in Japan on Bai, but given the situation right now, it's like I probably should just wait. So yeah, and this is the figure that's probably gonna get moved around because I have a Twisted Wonderland shelf on top of my bookcase, and right now it actually holds all the Twisted Wonderland Nendroids and the current scales I have. But the one thing I need to like move, I just put it there because of course they're made by the same or designed by the same person as a Sebastian Michaelis scale figure that I got. both are made by Yana Toboso, or I mean Yana Toboso does the art for Twisted Wonderland, so kind of have to move him around, but it's okay. It'll probably look all good. So here is Idia, just the figure base itself. I really like the shading of his hair. Like there's some that are like frosted blue, darker frosted blue, and of course translucent blue. And he's really nicely posed. My only gripe is, I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but okay, so Idia is supposed to be the Hades, which is the underworld undead. He does have like pale skin, but there's just not as much shading. The face is okay, but I feel like they should have shaded him a little bit more so he doesn't look like super pale. Like you could have gone like putting gray to shade him, but I think the biggest thing with a lot of these Twisted Wonderland figures is just how they are and how they're posed with their things. The base actually isn't too bad. I thought it'd be bigger, which is good. So it can get, it doesn't take too much space to display. And then it does come with torches that are part of his stand base. I'm going to put that back together. So here he is all put together. And he looks pretty cool. I don't know, I feel like these staffs in the behind are not as secure, and I'm pretty sure like I put them incorrectly, but maybe that's just it. I do wish, like, I mean, of course the biggest part is the figure itself, but I wish they, as I mentioned, did a little more shading on the base. But I mean, I know you're not gonna see the base, but I mean, it's a cool looking figure. I think it doesn't look exactly like it does on like the figure, like the art for the figure, no, but it's close. But it's still really nice, and I know that usually for aftermarket, Idia and Malleus are like the most like sought after characters. So for those two, I was like, I really need to pre-order, because to get it in like after the aftermarket, it's probably going to be more exorbitantly expensive to get them. So I'm happy to have Idia. The last figure I have is one that came out a while back, but I wanted to get him, and it is Yato from Noragami. I really love Noragami, and when they announced that there were going to be Nendroids, I was very happy, because, you know, Noragami's a older anime, not like super old, but like, of course, not like, I don't think it's been done by the past 5 years. I think it's been over 10, which is crazy to me to think about. But yeah, I remember when I saw this, I knew I wanted to buy it because there's not that many Noragami figures. But the thing that's been happening with Nendroids, what I've noticed by collecting Nendroids for quite some time now, the newer the Nendroid is, the less hearts it really does come with. So that's why I've kind of stopped, or very like limited like bought Nendroids. Only if there's characters like for sure like they're never gonna get a scale, I'm gonna go get, or if it's some character that I really like. So like for example, there's scales of the Yakuza figures or like a dragon figures, but they also came out with Nendroids, but I love those characters so much I don't really care. But for things like you know, like Modern or JJK, unless I really like the character or the design, I won't really get them. That was the case for my Doremi Nendroids, my Shugochara, since they're probably not gonna get scales, or it's very unlikely, or I don't really care if I have the Nendroid in the scale of them. As I said, because Amu is coming out with a scale. But yeah, they come with less and less parts, I will say, because I pre-ordered, I like bought a figure pre-owned to like customize, and yeah, I looked at the parts of the old figure and I'm like, oh yeah, there's a lot more. And the Nendroids at that point were only like 40 bucks, so they're pretty like affordable, as opposed to now. I think Nendroids can cost up to like $60 to $80 depending, and they come with less parts. So it's very interesting. So here's Yato. I'll probably need to display him with this funny looking face. But yeah, I will take him out and then display. And then I've read, if you watched my previous video a couple of months ago, I believe, during the new year, I finished reading Noragami. And the ending was okay. Was it like the best? No. I think they would have been benefited from like a couple more chapters, but I remember that Noragami had been on hiatus for almost like, I will say, a year before they started doing it again. So people's assumptions is that the other writers were just really sick and really just needed to finish it. That's the reason why it seems so abrupt, the ending. I wish it was more fleshed out, but yeah. But it was an okay ending regardless, but it wasn't the best. So here is Yato. So he's really cute, but as I mentioned, for the price I paid for him, I mean, I'm glad to like Noragami, so I'm glad to have him, but if you didn't really have a really strong attachment to Noragami, I'd feel like you'd be kind of disappointed in this figure. But I mean, it's cute and Noragami doesn't really get a figure, so I feel like that's how they always get you too. But yeah, with that, that's all the figures that I've had. Most likely the figure videos are going to be kind of dwindling. Number one, don't really have space. Number two, as I mentioned, the US is kind of weird right now with all the taxes. So getting figures is going to be like more of a sparse thing. So there's going to be other videos on the channel, probably just more like adventure type videos and whatnot, or things that I just want to make videos of. But yeah, just to let you know, that's the reason why. And just like it's becoming an expensive hobby, I mean, it's never been a cheap hobby to do, but I gotta like, I've been like very like particular about which figures I get, so that is the reason why. And so with that, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. I think probably the next video will be like, if I do a vlog for it, is the Renaissance Fair video. So with that, thank you so much you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!